Namaste students, I am JVN Dr. Aziz Mohammed Khan from Department of Food and Biotechnology, Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science, Jyoti Vidyapith Women's University, Jaipur. Today I am going to discuss about the topic adsorption. The topic is related to solid liquid extraction. It is in a continuation part of solid liquid extraction and the subject name is downstream processing. The discipline is food and biotechnology. The topic is related to BSc between and trimester. So adsorption is the basic fundamental in which we can say that it is used for the separation of some specific compounds from solid, liquid or gas phase. Adsorption can be defined as the process in which atoms or molecules move out from the bulk onto a solid phase. So suppose there are many compounds which are present. There are many mm, particles which are present in a liquid phase. Okay, so what is actually the adsorption? There are many compounds which are present in the adsorption process. In a single product, there are various compounds are present, and these compounds need to be separated. So, how can we separate the particles on the basis of adsorption? In the absorption process, what is actually happens? It is a simple process in which the atoms or molecules will move out into the specific area and they will be adsorbed. Okay, and how they will be adsorbed? They will be adsorbed on the basis of addition of atoms, ions, or molecules in a liquid phase. Okay, so it is a liquid phase in which these molecules need to be separated, and we will separate them by the addition of atoms, ions or molecules. So finally they will adhere on the surface. Okay, on this surface. Okay, so this basis is known as the adsorption. These molecules have been separated on the basis of adsorption in which these have been settled down, these have been adhered on the basis of the atom, ions and molecules, and they have been attached to a surface, and this phenomenon is known as the adsorption. So for the adsorption, what we need a adsorbent. We need a adsorbent. So what is the adsorbent? Adsorbent is a substance on which the molecules adhere, molecules are absorbed. So this, suppose this is the adsorbent on which the molecules have been adsorbed, and these are the adsorbent which have been adsorbed on the. In this diagram, the molecule at the substance at which these molecules have been attached is known as the adsorbent. So this is the adsorbent on which the molecules have been attached, and these are the adsorbent which have been attached. So this is the adsorbate which attach and this is the adsorbent which makes them to attach. Okay, which makes them to attach on the surface, and the substance which attach on the surface are known as the adsorbate. Okay, and what is the adsorbent? Adsorbent is a substance on which the adsorbate attach. What is the principle of adsorption? Adsorption is surface phenomena. Okay, this is the surface phenomena in which a molecules will attach on a single surface. Okay, and surface of liquid or solid is in a state of surface which results in unbalanced residual force at the surface, thereby resulting higher surface energy. The surface of liquid solids always have a tendency to attract refrain the molecules with which it comes to in contact. This phenomenon is known as the adsorption. Yeah, so in the simple word, you can also say that this surface will attract these molecules, and when the and what does make them to attack? They will attract on the basis of the energy basis, surface energy. The surface energy of this adsorbate will attract these adsorbent. Okay, so this is the main principle by which these adsorbate will attract these adsorbent. So what is the difference between the adsorption and absorption? Adsorption is the accumulation of substance at a surface. Okay, and absorption is the accumulation and distribution of substance throughout a phase. Okay, so we talked about here in this diagram that the surface have been attached on a surface, that is the adsorption. But if they will adhere on this area, then it would be called as the absorption. Okay, drugs are absorbed by membrane, enzymes, or cell wall when they are attracted to its surface. They are absorbed by a tissue, organ, or blood when they permeate its entire bulk or volume. So this is the simple difference between the absorption and absorption. We can also understand the absorption and adsorption. What is their difference? This is the absorption in which the molecules have been attracted and adhesion is made on a whole phase. Okay, suppose this is made on, this is the flask, and the adhesion is made in whole phase. Okay, but what will happen in the adsorption? The adhesion will be made on the surface, that is known as the adsorption. This is known as the adsorption, that is related to the adhesion of molecules on the surface. This is the adsorption, and this is the absorption in which the molecules will move and they will adhere to each other. Okay, but in the adsorption, the molecules will not only move to each other, but they will bind to a surface. Okay, they will bind to a surface only. The types of adsorption. What are the types of? The first type is physio physioabsorption, means physical absorption, and the second is chemical absorption. So physical absorption is a type of absorption in which the adsorbate adheres to the surface only through the van der Waals force. When the interaction between the substances is made by the forces, okay, by the van der Waals forces, it is known as the physi- physical absorption, okay, and the absorption made by van der Waals force is weak forces. What is the chemical absorption? Chemical absorption is a simple process in which adsorbate is attached to the adsorbent by primary chemical bond. It is irreversible, stronger, specific, and may require an activation energy and therefore may be slow. So it is not a van der Waals force. It is a simple force which is stronger, chemical force, a, a bond between the substances on the basis of their chemical structure is known as the chemical bond. So the bonding between the substances is the primary chemical bonds, which are stronger than van der Waals force and they are irreversible. Okay, they cannot be break. Irreversible means they cannot be break easily and they are specific to each other. Only specific compounds will bind to each other, but physical absorption will lead to the binding of the compounds in the weakness, maybe on the basis of the temperature or pH basis. Okay, so what is the difference? They are not physical absorption is not specific, but chemical absorption is specific. It has not in electron transport, it has electron transport between the bond formation between the adsorbate and the adsorbent. Physical absorption is rapid and reversible. It is activated and slow. It is non-reversible. It no dissociation of adsorbed speech may involve the dissociation. It is monolayer or multilayer. Means the bonds may be in the monolayer or the multilayer. In the chemical absorption or chemical absorption, the bonding is monolayer only. Uh, Only significant at relatively low temperature. It may be possibly a wide range of temperature. So low temperature is directly related to the physical, but chemical is not bounded by the low temperature. Okay, or in the enthalpies are in the region of 20, minus 20, or the enthalpy, that is the free energy, may be about minus 200 kilojoule per mole. So then enthalpy is higher in this. As the temperature increases, process of physiotherapy decreases because it is directly related to the temperature. So when the compounds are the temperature, suppose that we have water, and when the temperature will be decreased, the compounds will come together and absorption will be made in the physical absorption. But when we will increase the temperature, then the interaction between the adsorbate and the adsorbent will be lowered due to higher temperature. Okay, but in the chemical absorption there is a no effect on increasing the temperature. Adsorption in the liquid and solids. Now adsorption in the liquid. A molecule in the liquid is completely surrounded by molecules. Okay, there are many molecules, many types of molecules will be there, and in the liquid, the surface area is very large. As we know that the interaction between the molecules of gas is far is far away. Okay, it's the interaction between the molecules of gas is far away. It's less than liquid liquid, and it is very high in solid. So the interaction between the molecules is highest in the solid, and in the liquid it is higher than gases. So when there are many compounds are present in the liquid phase which needs to be separated, then their interaction is higher than the gases, but it is lower than the solids. So the surface area of liquid is less than the gas. So it is easy to adhere the liquid particles on the surface through the process of adsorbent. By the addition of the adsorbate, we can make the interactions of these compounds, and when we can add the adsorbent, then these uh, adsorbent will come in contact with each other and they will be bound to each other. But in the case of solid, the interaction is very high. The interaction between the compounds, the crystal of solids are very smaller units, and they have increased surface area. Okay, so they are very well attached to each other. So we can increase the adsorbate, and all the compounds will come together. Occupancy of these vacancies by some other molecules which results in the adsorption. So the adsorption in the solid is higher in sol higher in solid, but it is lower in liquid and very lower in gaseous forms, because of the way compounds are interacted to each other, and on the basis of interaction of the compounds, we can say that the gaseous compounds are far away from each other. In the liquid, they are far away from each other, but not as gaseous, but more far than solid. But in the solid, they are very close to each other. The factors which can affect the adsorption: the first factor is temperature. The adsorption is an exothermic process. Therefore, the accordance with the Lee Chatelier principle, the magnitude of the adsorption should increase with the decrease in the temperature. So it is directly related to the temperature. So when we talk about the physical absorption, when we increase the temperature, the absorption will be lower. But when we decrease the temperature, the absorption will be higher. Okay, pressure. With the increase of pressure, adsorption will be increased. Okay, and when we will lower the when we lower the pressure, the adsorption will be lowered. What is the role of surface area? The its surface phenomena that therefore adsorption capacity of adsorbent increase with the increase in surface area. Smaller the size of the particles of the solid adsorbent, more is the extent of the adsorbent at the surface interaction. So simply we can say that when the surface area is smaller, okay, when there is a larger the surface area, there is the increase in the adsorption, and when the smaller the size of the particles will lead to the more adsorption. The next is activation of solid adsorbent. The adsorbent is mostly the solid particles. So when we activate the solid adsorbent, it will lead to the more adsorptions. How we can activate the solid adsorbent? Suppose it is larger in size, okay. When then we can make it in the small particles, okay. Suppose it is a stone, then we can make the powder form, okay. And when we make it in the powder form, it will be made in the small pieces, and it will increase in the adsorption. So when the solid crystal will be converted into small pieces, there will be a higher adsorption capability. So these are the factors which can influence the adsorption. Types of adsorbent. So there are main important thing in the adsorption is the type of adsorbent we are using. So there are mainly three types of adsorbents. The first is oxygen containing compounds such as hydrophilic and hydrophobic compounds. The examples include silica gel or zeolites. The next is carbon containing adsorbents. They have hydrophobic and non-polar, and the examples include activated carbon and graphite. The next is polymer-based compounds, which are polar or non-polar functional groups in a porous polymer matrix. Examples include polymers and resins. There are some more other types of adsorbents are also there, and they are divided on the basis of their pore size. Okay, they are selected on the basis of their pore size, and when we select them, they can be divided. The first one is microporous adsorbents, which have the pore size of 2 angstrom to 20 angstrom. The mesoporous adsorbents, which have pore size of 20 angstrom to 500 angstrom. The macroporous adsorbents, which have a pore size of more than 500 angstrom. These are some commercially useful adsorbents are there. The examples include silica gel. Okay, the examples include silica gel, which is used in the drying of refrigerants, organic solvents, transformer oil, desiccants, and dew. They are used in the dew point of control of some natural gas. The next is activated alumina. We know that alumina is a good adsorbent, and silica gel is also a good adsorbent. And the alumina is used in the drying of gases, organic solids, transformer oils. removal of HCl from the hydrogen, removal of fluorine in the alkylation process. The next is activated carbon, which we have already discussed in the previous slide. They have been used for the removal of odors from the gases, recovery of solvents, vapors, nitrogen from airs, removal of water, removal of impurities from the water, and purification of helium. Polymers and resins, which are used for the water purification, recovery of and purification of steroids and amino acids, separation of fatty acids from water and toluene, recovery of proteins and enzymes. The clay is also a adsorbent which is used in the treatment of edible oils, removal of organic pigments, refining of minerals oils, removal of polychlorinated biphenyl, and the zeolites, which are used for the removal of oxygen and purification of oxygen and drying of gases, drying of refrigerants and organic liquids, pollution control, and recovery of fructose from the corn syrup. So, on the basis of these commercial adsorbent, we can select which adsorbent we need. Okay, and what is the mechanism of the separation on the basis of the adsorbent. Okay, suppose we need to separate some compounds uh, such as organic acids. Okay, so in suppose we have a product which have organic acids and we need to separate them. Okay, they all are liquids, and how we can separate them? The answer is that addition of adsorbent. Addition of adsorbent. So suppose these are our organic acids which are present in the solution, in a complete solution, and there are some more impurities. There are some more impurities. More impurities will be there inside them, which so these are the compounds which are present with the organic acids. So we need to separate the organic acids from this mixture. So how we will separate them? For the separation of them we need to add a adsorbent. We need to add a adsorbent. So we will add a adsorbent. Include, for example, we are adding silica gel. So we will add silica gel. Okay. Now we are adding silica gel. So what will this silica gel will do? This silica gel will be used for the adsorption. Okay. This will bring out all the organic acids to and adhere to each. So here all the silica gel will be adhere. Okay, on the silica gel the organic acids will be attached. Okay, so we can separate the organic acids from the whole mixture by the using of adsorbent, that is silica gel. We can select any of the adsorbent on the basis of the material which we want to separate. So the selection of adsorbent is also important thing for the separation. So on the basis of this mechanism, we can separate the the compounds which we want to separate, the product which we want to separate. Now the application of adsorption. Uh, Adsorption is used for the separation of and purification of liquid and gas mixtures, bulk chemicals, isomers, airs. It is used for the drying of gases and liquid before loading them in the industrial systems. It is used in the removal of impurities from liquid and gas media, and it is used in the chromatography. The most important thing is that we are using adsorption for the downstream processing. So in the downstream processing, we use the chromatographic techniques. We use the chromatographic techniques for the separation of a compound from the liquid or solid phase, or from the separation of liquid or solid phase we can use the chromatographic methods. And we take the adsorption with the chromatographic methods, which will lead to the separation of the desired products. It is effective in the heterogeneous catalysis. It is used in the removal of coloring material. It is used in the ion exchange chromatography or separation of ion exchange regions. What are the scope of adsorption? On the other hand, ion exchange and reverse osmosis are more attractive process for the separation of some pollutants. Reverse osmosis is also a type of process which can be used along with the adsorption. Okay, scope means in which field we can apply the adsorptions. The one and important thing is that downstream processing, that we are using it. Okay, we are using the adsorption phenomena in the downstream processing for the separation of desired products. Okay, and which we can include some more techniques such as reverse osmosis, ion exchange, and advanced oxidation process. Among the possible techniques for water treatment, the adsorption process may be solid adsorbents, so potential as one of the most efficient methods for the treatment of organic contaminants, and we can separate out the organic contaminants from the waste waters. Adsorption has advantage over the other methods because it is simple and can involve the low investment in terms of both initial cost and the long land requirement. And the adsorption process is widely used for the treatment of industrial wastewater and organic pollutants, and it can be used for the separation of some desired compounds which are really similar to each other. And we can use the adsorbent method. We can add the adsorbent for the selective separation of the compounds. Adsorption is now recognized an effective and economic method for the separation of heavy metals, because heavy metals are very hard to separate out from usual methods. But when we can use the adsorbent, specific adsorbent is used, then these heavy metals will be absorbed on a specific surface, and then we can separate out the heavy metals easily without any contact. We can separate the heavy metals. The adsorption process offers flexibility in design, operation, and in many cases it will produce high quality treated effluent. In addition, adsorption is sometimes reversible. Adsorbent can be regenerated by a suitable desorption process. Certain techniques such as coagulation, filtration, coagulation, precipitation, ozonation, absorption, adsorption, ion exchange, reverse osmosis, and advanced oxidation process can be combined for the removal of organic pollutants from polluted water. And these methods have been found to be limited and they have been important role in environment cleaning. So our topic is over here. In the coming lecture, we will discuss about the mem- membrane separation techniques that is also a part of solid liquid separation, liquid liquid extraction.